as y'all know, Polight and I had a discourse, debate, a dialogue, or whatever. On his channel, it was cool. A lot of people turned out, appreciate the support. But since then, it became apparent this man has some type of fascination with my mother. I mean, every time I sit down with this dude, that's what he wants to talk about. I figured talking about it on Friday, but this last debate was cool because we just gonna get it out of the way. But then he turn around and get on IG. When he get on the gram, he want to just isolate that part and continually amplify it, which is clearly a diversionary tactic to take the attention off of him for the crazy stuff that he says about trying to get away from the animals of the black community. Well, my question is this: why do you care about a white woman so much any goddamn way? Who gives a damn? You see what I'm saying? I thought the black woman was down. Don't ask me any questions about my black wife, my black daughter. To you, the white woman, that's all you care about. Probably kind of why you had that white woman locked up in your arms in Manhattan, and you was talking about sisters. If you don't watch it, this white woman is coming for you. I think maybe you got a little case of jungle fever a little bit. And you started to care for that white woman. That's why you kind of got on the damn Star Show and said all lives matter. That's some white people shit. Let's just keep it 100.
White.
There we go.
White.
There we go.
White.
There we go. Sisters, you better be careful.
White.
There we go.
White.
There we go. Sisters, you better be careful. Sisters, you better be careful.
White.
There we go.
Let them know that if you sisters don't treat that black man right, we coming to get him.
Yes.
Say that again.
Yes.
Say that again.
Yes.
Say that again. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right.
It's all right.
It's funny because you're just like a walking contradiction. It's like, first you say the white man is not a human, but then you turn around and say all lives matter, and that includes white people, but they're not a human, but you want to live around these subhuman mutants and deformities and creatures that you have so much to stand for, but then you love them, and their life matters now. You understand what I'm saying? And you wanted to leave the zoo for the animals at the zoo to go and be a personal pet to one.
Book of Job, chapter 15, verse 6. Thine own mouth condemneth thee, and not I, yet thine own lips testify against thee.
You see what I'm saying? You try to raise your kids up to be that. What proves that? Let's take a look at a picture of your daughter. So that's what you left the hood for? You left Brownsville to go and have your daughter amalgamated into high white society and be around all those white pale dogs and lesbians and things like that? Maybe that's why you ask me so many questions about mama. Because them white women have now become your friends of your family, people you care about. And maybe your ideals are changing as far as them being humans or not. When you think about it, you want to leave the hood to be away from your home, to surround yourself with your open and common enemy, who you personally have identified as your enemy. Whether or not you agree with them to being the devil or not is irrelevant. You know that they're your enemy. We know in the Hebrew the word for enemy or adversary is shaitan or Satan. So this is where we get the whole white man or the devil concept from. Anyway, in principle. So you identifying them as your enemy is actually calling them the devil. But whatever. The whole thing is this. You left the hood to go and live around them, not realizing and taking into consideration the fact that since Donald Trump's election, the spike of racially motivated crimes, especially here in Southern California, where we at in San Diego, in and of itself, racially motivated crimes are at an all-time high against our people, Hispanic people, and Arabs. You see what I'm saying? So you're moving to an area that's predominantly white at a time in this country where racial climates are at an all-time boiling point, where race war is on the cusp, and you want to put yourself in that position. You want to put your family in that position with these same heinous, heartless animals who raped, robbed, and murdered our ancestors, and will do it in a second if it comes down to it.
Book of Sirach, chapter 12, verse 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness.
You think when a race war comes, your white neighbors or the white people that you hugged up with, you got your daughter hugged up with, is going to care when a race war is declared? You think when that dividing line is drawn in the races and amongst the peoples, that they're going to have mercy upon you because you drive a goddamn Phantom like them? Hell no, because you live in Beverly Hills like them? What about if martial law gets declared in Beverly Hills and they section it off? And you and your family are there as sitting ducks when these crackers want to purge. You understand the type of line of fire that you put yourself in? It don't even make no kind of goddamn sense. But what's so crazy is, what I'm being critiqued about is my selflessness. The fact that though the affinity of the relationship that I have with a loved one, in the case of my mother, does not pollute or pervert my judgment, or does not mean I'm going to acquit white people for the heinous crimes of their race. You want me to do that. You want me to be the same emotional hypocrite that so many of our people are. You want me to choose a lifestyle and an ideology, adopt an ideology that has done nothing but been a detriment unto our people. This same type of emotionalism that motivates black men to kill each other every day over stupid and petty beefs. See, when we come into this truth, we stop being emotional. When we keep the Torah, we put that first because we understand that this system upholds us as a people, and the more dedicated we are to the system, the better we are going to be as a collective. You don't understand that because you're selfish. We've always had a friendship, and it's not like I'm saying anything crazy here. It's not like I'm disrespecting you here. We just stating the facts. I've always dealt with you respectfully when you pointed that out at the end of the video. It's no disrespect, but I mean, it's just the facts here. That's what we have to deal with. We have to deal with facts. Every time you dialogue with a Hebrew Israelite, all you do, whether you know it or not, is make our point and prove that the Bible and the law, statutes, and commandments that are found therein are the only hope for our people, right? Because I'm going to tell you like this, 1 billion pictures of George Washington is not going to save you when the crackers want to come kill you when you were sitting duck in that goddamn neighborhood. That ghost does not drive fast enough to escape the clutches of the white man. I hate to break it to you. You understand what I'm saying? So your selfishness and your great goal is I, me, my. That's all I hear. But my end goal is the liberation of my people as a collective. That's the selflessness that comes when you take on the Bible as your ideology, when you take on the Bible as your measuring stick. But when you yourself and your emotions is your measuring stick and the black woman is God, you can say, I want to be a billionaire and leave you niggas in Brownsville in the goddamn hood. Because in essence, without all the emotional rhetoric and all those various things, what it breaks down to is, that's what you want to be. Were you a revolutionary, liberatory fighter if you just want to be a billionaire in a white man's society where our people remain subjugated? You're just like every rapper that just got his check, left the hood, and said, fuck you niggas. Just keep it a buck. What's the difference? Honestly, this is the question now that we have to pose to you. What is the difference between you and them niggas? And you're mentoring them niggas and they haven't changed. They may have changed some certain ideals that they may have taken on, but have they changed the fact that they've abandoned their hoods? You know, in certain instances, you may have people that's hating on you because you upgraded your quote-unquote societal status, but that's not always the case with everybody. It's just the same story that we see every time when somebody upgrades their socioeconomical status. As people from our community, they often turn their back on their community. And my thing is, you getting Jewish checks, I'm not mad at you. I know brothers that work for Jewish companies. That's cool. We probably all get Jewish checks, really, at the end of the day. They control this whole goddamn world. But here's the thing. You'll shake hands and do business with that Jewish man and get his Jewish check. But turn your back on and forsake your brother, Sonetta, who helped you climb to that height and get that type of recognition. You see what I'm saying? Try to clown the Hebrew doctrine. Let's keep it a buck. Before you did that debate with the Zariak, niggas wasn't checking for you. We didn't even know who you was. You see what I'm saying? Now you utilize certain tools and been able to elevate yourself to a certain level. And that's good and that's powerful. That's what we should be doing. But again, are you doing that at the expense of everything that you worked for, everything that you alleged that you was about? Just keep it a buck, man. That sounds crazy. And going back to the situation with your kids, it's like, that's what you amalgamated your kids into. You don't realize that having your kids around them white folks is detrimental to their health. The pictures that I seen of your daughter around all them white people, homosexuals, overt homosexuals, which you are adamantly against homosexuality, she was in the midst of all of that. That's what you decided to amalgamate your children into as opposed to the quote-unquote black plight?
The book of Proverbs, chapter 30, verse 31. Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways.
I mean, quite frankly, like I said, I'd rather struggle. You don't want to struggle. Well, I think about how much my people is struggling, where my people came from on an island in Haiti. I think about that all the time. Think about how good I got it struggling in America versus how bad they got it struggling on an island. And I don't take that shit for granted. You can't take it for granted. You see what I'm saying? But you, of course, you don't want to struggle because you all about you. This is why, again, the Bible is so powerful because it shows us one of our first heroes in the Bible said he would rather struggle with his people than be up in the house of the goddamn oppressor. You are the exact opposite, proving that you are not truly fit to lead black people.
Book of John, chapter 15, verse 13. Greater love hath no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friend.
You're not even intellectually or emotionally responsible enough to do that because you can't detach your emotions from what needs to be done, which is why so much criticism is coming my way into regards to statements that I made about my mom. That's all that's about. It's about the fact that through understanding the Most High God, His laws, statutes, commandments, through His spirit and power, I have learned to detach my emotions away from the greater good of my people as a whole. That's something that none of you Negroes have done because all of you Negroes are prone to such overreactive emotional outbursts. That whole time, just like the first time when you asked me all the questions, did I get emotional? Did I lose my mind? Did I get angry? Of course not. But if we talked about your mother, could you say you would do the same thing? You talked about open criticisms of your mother. Let's keep it honest, and I mean this with all due respect. The way you talked about your upbringing, the way you just did that Vlad TV interview and saying you only met your mother one time, why is that? How do you think people think about your mother and why she wasn't in her son's life to raise them? What are usually the reasons why women are not in their child's life to raise them? Never good. Every sister that I know that's not there to raise her kid is for a negative reason, an overtly negative reason. So really, in a nonchalant way, you threw your mom out the window. But you getting at me for allegedly throwing mine out the window when I didn't say I didn't love my mother, but I just said that she isn't exempt from the crimes and the punishments that fit her race of people. You see what I'm saying? You want me to be a walking contradiction, just like you are. Just like so many of our people who claim to be leaders who came before us are. But the difference between us and y'all, when I say us, I mean Torah-abiding Hebrew Israelites that are in Hamashiach Yahushai, we can't be walking here. We can't go against the law, statutes, and commandments, and we cannot let our emotions override the greater good and the benefits of our people. We just can't do it. And until you are ready to enter into a paradigm of that level of discipline and strictness and harsh and rigorous requirements, you are not fit to lead black people. But it's all right, because you don't really want to lead black people. You just want to get a billion pictures of George Washington and sit up and kick it. You don't give a damn about the black people. That's what it really looks like. And if that's not true, you need to go out of your way to articulate unto us how it is with your end goal and all the ideals that you say that you possess, how in fact the greater good of black people is included in that.
Book of 1 Timothy, chapter 6, verse 10. For the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some covet after, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows.
So you got to go out of your way, just as you try to put us on trial and make us go out of our way to articulate our points, and we always rise to the occasion through the spirit of power, Yahweh anyway. You see what I'm saying? Because we actually care about our people and we want to make our people to understand. You just want your people to understand that you're just going to do whatever the fuck you want. You see what I'm saying? You see, I lost my voice today. Why I lose my voice? Because I was busy screaming on black women outside of Planned Parenthood to stop aborting and committing genocide on black babies. That's what I spend my day doing. The fuck you spend your day doing? And don't act like you're exempt from oppression because you live in the Beverly Hills. Dr. Dre got a whole lot more money than you. Black billionaire. What happened to him in Malibu with his crib? We already know that damn story. You see what I'm saying? And yeah, we got bars on the doors and the windows. But really, in actuality, what one black man would do to escape from those bars on the windows is look for an escape mechanism in white man land to assimilate into white society. But what do we do to get these bars off these windows? It's simple. We're going to teach our people the law, statutes, and commandments. And through teaching our people the law, statutes, and commandments and the application thereof, we ain't got to leave, go nowhere. We can keep our community. We can keep our hood. We just take the bars off the windows because we ain't got to worry about our people jumping in the goddamn window and doing nothing to it. We know we are a collective community. We have one goal. But without a strict system as the Torah, it'll never happen. Which is why what you have to offer black people is just a way to probably make some money, but it's not a solution. It's a goddamn band-aid. I mean, what's the plan? We gonna reverse gentrify goddamn Beverly Hills? Some people gonna get out the hood, but what's the cost? Or are you just gonna, instead of reverse gentrifying Beverly Hills, take your chosen few elect men from your hood and try to put them on and leave the rest of your people behind? See, that's the thing. With the scriptures, with the Torah, ain't none of our people left behind. This is for all of our people. This is for all of our ultimate benefit. And again, this is something that a lot of you cats, especially you, get away from. It's selfishness. And the thing is, you can get a lot of supporters. A lot of people will follow you, big you up. You know why? Because they evil, selfish, wicked niggas who have been infiltrated with the ideologies of the so-called white man or white supremacy anyway. Because that's all that is. There is a difference between self-preservation and selfish preservation. To me, self-preservation is the preservation of my people as a whole. To you, your self-preservation is selfish preservation when it's about you and yours. You're going to get yours, and I ain't worried about y'all. Y'all gotta get yours. You see what I'm saying? And you really believe you're gonna become a black billionaire? I mean, let's keep it. I'm not mad at you about getting no money, but there's always a class ceiling in this thing. Let's take a look at Dave Chappelle. What happened? He got railroaded because he didn't want to get down with their agenda. Because that he had to run off to Africa, get lost in Africa, go goddamn crazy. Now he's back, and now he's back getting money. But you know why? Take a look at the things he's been saying. Take a look at the things he's been doing. He's in line with them now. He's back in their agenda and in their good graces, so they're going to kick him out now. You see what I'm saying? So there's only so much of a threshold that you're going to have to do before you're going to have to compromise what you thought and swore were your morals. This has happened time and time again. Name me a nigga with money who hasn't done some cool stuff. What I'm talking about with a considerable amount of money, with Jordan level money. You see what I'm saying? Name me that. You know, and it's funny because when you're going out there, you know, when you came to interface with us, the Hebrew Israelites, you came talking this Kemetic science, certain Wafian information. But I mean now, and I don't mean to do this too much because I've seen so many people do it, I know a lot of them is just on some hate stuff. I'll be honest. Me, I'm not a hater, I'm just analytical. And you know that because we cool. I've never hated on you. I can't hate on. It's not a bone in my body just to hate on somebody. You see what I'm saying? But every time I see you, you're draped in European designers, and you're not really talking about true African acculturation. You're talking about assimilation into Caucasian society. That's what I see. With my eyes, all I see with you is assimilation. I'm not seeing going back to Africa and taking back any of that. I'm seeing you assimilating and being cool with getting money up under the white man. You about I, you about getting money. That's why the scripture says the love of money is the root of all evil. The Bible doesn't speak bad about having money. Let's not get twisted. Scripture says money equals offense also. But it says the love of money is the root of all evil. And that's a very profound thing because your end goal is to get $1 billion. Your end goal tells me what? Money is your love. When you say the black woman is God, that's like saying it's a trinity because what are a lot of our sisters all about nowadays? They all about getting money. This is why they go and get fake asses and fake titties and fake goddamn thighs, and they all become strippers and prostitutes. A considerable amount of our sisters is off into that. Or a considerable amount of our sisters is going to college and getting college educations and looking down at the black man because he doesn't have a college education. Going and sleeping with a white man. Why? Because of the money and the socio-political, rather socio-economic status uplifted that he provides. That's what a lot of our women are doing. So when you idolizing the black woman, you in turn are actually idolizing the white man whose God is money. That's the problem. Which is exactly why you have such an issue with me calling my mama the devil because she's a white woman. And in truth, that's who the top of your pantheon is. You see what I'm saying? Your Lord God of your pantheon is the white man and his fiat currency system. I mean, again, it's not on no hater shit. It's just like, honestly, sit back and analyze your moves, the things you do, and the things you say, and it's clear it indicts you. So we can make this about me and my mother, whether or not she's the devil, but all that does is divert attention away from the fact that you worship and love the white man, woman, and child, and the fiat currency that they created. The fiat currency that God says is an abomination because it's predicated upon a false balance. What do I mean a false balance? The Federal Reserve note is not backed by any actual liquids. It's a promissory note. In the FRN, that's not backed by anything. I gotta ask you, how much of your assets is liquid? Let's keep it on. Are you just teaching our people to go into goddamn debt? Are you teaching them to get some real money, man? Are you teaching them to have liquid? I know motherfuckers that's 80% liquid. Are you all debt and credit? You see what I'm saying? Because that's what the white man has created to rule this whole world, and you just assimilate right into that goddamn system, man. And the question is, are you gonna come out as gold when you try? What do I mean when you try? When you go through that Dave Chappelle trial, when they try to put you through it. Because a lot of people feel like you want a way to fold it, man, and I don't quite blame them for that ideology. Because that's exactly what it seems like. I mean, the whole fallout between you and Sarnetta, like, everybody always says don't forget where you came from. Like, I don't forget it. And the reason why you don't forget it is your motivation to get 3,000 miles the hell away from it. You see what I'm saying? I mean, let's just be honest here. We gotta analyze everything. You gotta take a minute, you gotta listen to what I'm saying, and you gotta be real with yourself. You gotta look at that man in the mirror. Us, as Hebrew Israelites, when we come into this truth, we understand we gotta look at that man in the mirror and say, fuck you. Because it's not about you. It ain't never been about you. And any nigga that feels like it's about him, that's a nigga that's not fit to lead. That's a nigga that's not fit to have rule and have dominion over the earth. That's period. right? That's why Egypt is all about the eye, the eye, the eye. It's all about you. You see that? That's why the Kemetic science, as you call it, which I don't know how scientific it is, but the Kemetic science, as you call it, it caters so much to your weaknesses and so much to your selfishness and so much to your youthful lust that the Bible tells us to flee. Like you said, when you was a kid, you wanted all this. Now you're in a position to have it, so you're going to get it to fulfill youthful lust. All things that are just so contrary unto the Bible. That's why you hate the Bible so much. That's why you shot it up. Because like a kid having a temper tantrum, you couldn't figure it out. You took an inanimate object and you did violence to it. As if it could feel that. The Bible didn't lose anything from that. God didn't lose anything from that, and the Hebrew Israelite doctrine still sure as hell didn't take anything from that. What took a hit from that is you. You got a picture with Floyd. I know that's your boy. You're always rocking this stuff TV. That's what's up. I like Floyd too. But what happened when he started to veer off course? They woke his game up by sending his ass to jail. He got out of jail with Warren Buffett watching him like a sick pedophile, watching him fight, treating him like his little goddamn nigger pet, like in slavery. Like you got your little daughter running around with all them goddamn crackers in Beverly Hills. Like like she's their little nigger pet. Let's just be real here. These people are sick. These people are pedophiles. These people are child molesters. These people are the greatest sexual deviants of all time. The Bible says they are the descendants of the greatest profane fornicator of all time, Esau. Right? So what's going to happen when you get asked to come? Let's be honest here. Did Dave Chappelle give us the ideology that he was so in love with money? He was just a nigga that was funny and humble. Then what happened? He ran back to Africa, but eventually he got sucked back in. What about you? You openly profess your love for money. You openly profess your goals and ambitions are only to increase and increase and increase in fiat currency. So what will you do? Where is the line drawn for you? Because I see you forsaking people that you used to be cool with, people that you done got a lot of money with, people that have helped you propel your career and your persona to the level that it is. You turn your back on them because you're getting fatter checks than you used to do getting debates at the goddamn National Black Theater. You know, and your daughter wants to be an actor, you're doing a screenplay, right? That's what's up. You know what I'm saying? I ain't mad at that, but I mean, think about it. Take a look at how our sisters are being portrayed on the silver screen. Halle Berry, for example. Is that who your daughter aspires to be? She's probably the most accomplished black actress of all time. She got 2 babies by 2 white men, or at least one by a white man, and that white man is beating her ass in child support for it because she got more money than him. Is that what you want for your daughter? Possibly to fall in love with and marry and procreate with a so-called white man? I see the company she's keeping looking real bright over there. So let's say peradventure that happens. Can I now scrutinize you or scrutinize your daughter and her child the same way you try to scrutinize me and my mother? I mean, it's the reason. It's funny, you laughed when we said righteousness is a solution. Then when we brought out what righteousness is, you shut the fuck up. Why? Because you know you don't have a solution half as viable as that. And what that solution in righteousness does, you got a shirt on you that said black dollars matter. But I don't believe that you think black dollars matter. Because you said it, you basically took for a joke the type of money that you're getting for the black community juxtaposed to what you're getting for the white community now. So if black dollars truly matter, which they do, because we are the top consumers, us along with our brothers and Hispanics, we're the top consumers in this country. If we were going into strict observation of Torah and were forced, according to Torah, to circulate our dollar within ourselves, as a Jewish man does, that dollar circulates within them 19 times before it leaves the community. If we started to do something like that, it would cripple the white man's economy. But of course you don't want that to happen because you want $1 billion Federal Reserve notes, which will be worthless once we cripple his economy. So that's actually us liberating ourselves and start practicing economic liberation and economic sovereignty. What that does is cripple your dreams. So you don't want black people to get liberated. You don't want our people to be economically empowered. You don't want us to get free from the hands of this white man, because everything you ever wanted in this world is contrary to that. So before I go, I got one question for you. Very valid question. Question is, do you want justice for the last half a millennia of hell this white man has put us through? For all the enslaved people, for all the dead bodies, for all the raped children, for all the castrated men, for all the hung men, for all the aborted babies. Do you want justice for that? The Trayvon? Do you want justice for that? And if you do, which I really hope you do, how are we going to do it? How are we going to do it and follow after you? How are you going to get justice and become a billionaire? Those things are That's not gonna work, bro. It's just not gonna work.
Book of Exodus, chapter 21, verse 16. And he that stealeth a man, and selleth him, or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death. Book of Numbers, chapter 35, verse 31. Moreover, ye shall take no satisfaction for the life of a murderer, which is guilty of death, but he shall be surely put to death. Numbers, chapter 35, verse 33. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it.
And the thing is this, right? How are you going to be conscious? I mean, how you become a billionaire and get justice, or how are we going to follow you in your path and get justice? Because if we follow you in your path, we're just going to abandon black people and chase this white man's dollar and try to ascend to higher socioeconomic statuses within his construct, which his construct is designed for us to lose and designed to keep us at the bottom. Less people at the top, more people at the bottom. It's how the pyramid works, isn't it? And I'm going to end with this, a death to America. Because that's what we say at the end of every camp when we actually go out to the streets, in the hoods, and teach and care about black people and try to give them the system that they need. But the last thing on the earth that you want is America to die. You don't want America to die because you believe in the American dream, the lie that the white man has promised all of us, and we are willing to kill our brothers to get. This is what you propagate, and that's what you are all about. That's, again, all you've ever wanted in life. And it's sickening, man. And you need to come out of that, and you need to really start analyzing the things you say, the things you do, how you feel in the way you goddamn think. Because I don't know what it is, whether it's what you learn in the Wahhabism, or what you learn on the goddamn walls of Kemet, or what you learn in goddamn school, but you out your goddamn mind and you start to become more and more like the oppressor. That being said, death to America, all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 11, verse 23. Say not, what profit is there of my service, and what good things shall I have hereafter? Verse 24, again, say not, I have enough, and possess many things, and what evil can come to me hereafter? Verse 25, in the day of prosperity, there is a forgetfulness of affliction, and in the day of affliction, there is no remembrance of prosperity.